Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the developer diary for Ninja Birds X for creating a web version of the iPhone game or a web version of the Android game. So what we were doing just a moment ago in part 1 is we were looking at some of the errors that we were seeing when converting to a web player version. Using Unity 3D. So one of the issues is that some of the code relates to iPhone, and what we need to do is basically kind of comment out that code so that the web version doesn't read it, because the iPhone, specific iPhone stuff won't work. And as you can see here, I'm getting some errors. This is the console output, which is showing me where the errors are occurring, and the line. So etc. GUI Manager 2 on line 126. So again, this is, because it relates to an iPhone keyboard thing. So we've actually got a bunch of iPhone related code here. So all we're going to do, same as before, is take the pre-directive. If it's an iPhone, then do this code. If it's not an iPhone, then don't do this code. So there you go, and that takes care of all of that. I'm clicking Command and S to save the script file. Before I come back into Unity. As you can see on the bottom there, it's kind of pre-compiling. It's compiling it and checking if there's any errors. 126, 127. So I think I've got rid of a lot of these errors here. I think that should all that will all go away. But I think there's still some other errors because there's quite a few scripts here in this project. This is in this window back here. There's a lot of iPhone-related function calls. So, okay, this is from a game that I was making a few months back, which I didn't actually finish. I need to finish that game. So, enter friend's code, line 15. Okay, there you go. So it relates to an iPhone keyboard. So pretty much the same again. All I'm doing is just making sure that this code will only run if it's on an iPhone. But with these videos, as we're going along, please, anyone who's watching, let me know if there's anything specific that you'd like to know, or give me any feedback about the videos, because this is a first from what I've seen in terms of how it's not really a fly on the wall kind of documentary. I wouldn't call it that. It's the first time I've seen a video which just basically films somebody coding. Not in a tutorial state. This is not a tutorial at all. This is just me coding and talking at the same time, and just sort of walking people through, the day-to-day coding of an independent developer. And so, it's kind of a first, and I want to know what people think of this. It's really important because this is the first few videos that I'm doing, and so getting feedback is going to be very useful, of course. If this is incredibly boring, please let me know. But people who don't like things are usually more boisterous, so if you do like it as well, please tell me. Feedback is always welcome. So, global persistent settings, line 3. In fact, that one, in fact, I could probably just get rid of that file, because I actually know where that script is from. That's from a global persistent settings. That's actually, you can see it here, the script, screen orientation, and that just relates to iPhone stuff. iPhone settings, yeah, this one here. This is from another game. I keep a lot of my scripts in the same project, and I just copy them over. So I'm just going to delete that one because it's not a script it's a script that I worked on, therefore I know I can delete it. Geometry Line Runner was another game that I built, so Geometry Line Runner, I'm actually just going to delete that script as well, because that's not necessary for this game, so I'm just going to delete that one as well. It comes handy having all the scripts inside of one project, so that you can just borrow from other projects, and that saves a lot of time. I'm very big on reusing code. So, main game, Geometry Line Runner, I think that's the one I've just seen, isn't it? Main game. Okay, this one we're going to get rid of as well. This was from a game that I was developing a few months ago, but I never finished it. I never finished that game. The reason being I didn't finish this game is actually because of a bit of a change of business model. The business that I run, actually these games like Ninja Birds X and the other games like Alpha Jetpack X, Temple Run Training, and so on. The name of the business is Cobalt Play. And the reason that I didn't finish that other game was because of the change in business model was to sort of focus more on older games, old style games that were more challenging but a little bit faster to make. And as an independent developer, that's really a big thing. Is especially in early stages of business is cash flow. You know, just basically things that can happen faster in order to bring in revenue faster is extremely important for new businesses. As I'm sure a lot of you are aware, especially the other developers who might be watching this video. And that kind of stuff I'm really open to talking about as well. You know, I really do want to share with people and find out, you know, sort of how, how our experiences were different from others, and if there's any way I can sort of give advice and people can give me advice and share, you know, especially on the business front as well, because, you know, I am a programmer, I am a gamer and developer, but really I'm also a business person in terms of, you know, I do think quite critically about what businesses can be successful, commercially successful, and so on. So it's really an important part of it. Of course, I love games, creativity, but it's games combined with, you know, making a living and hopefully building a successful business. Temple Run main game is not required. That was actually Temple Run Training, not the official Temple Run game. And I think that's fine. So the next one would be, okay, and okay, so I think main game is gone. Main game 2-player. Yeah, Temple Run Training main game 2-player. I think that can be deleted as well because I don't need it. That script does exist in the Temple Run Training project anyway, so I can always refer to it in there if necessary. This is just a little easier than going in and editing the code. I can just delete the file. Here, iPhone settings. Okay, Geometry Line Runner, main character, the name Geometry Line Runner. Okay, yeah, so this is because I deleted some script before. It now can't find those scripts that I deleted, which is fine. That's okay. We'll just delete the ones that have references as well. Next one that we're going to go down to, and this is you know, this is kind of how this works into when in Unity when converting over to a new platform, like going from iPhone to web. This is just a little bit of code cleanup that's necessary. So we saw that one, global blast bubble emitter. Okay, yeah, so the main game script no longer exists. That's totally fine. Because we deleted one script and the other script is trying to reference the script, but it's no longer there, so we can just delete the other one as well. Bubble object, global blast, main game, that's fine. That was for another game in the X series called Global Blast, which is this one here. If you download these games like Ninja Birds X on the iPhone or Android, you can get all of these games, have a link to the other games in the main menu. So check it out, you know. The X series are pretty hard. They're a tough set of games. They're not very forgiving, but that's the whole point. They're a challenge. Challenging games that focus more on gameplay than visuals. So I'm going to cut this video here because I think I'm roughly about 10 minutes, but I'm going to come back in a moment and finish this stuff off. I might finish this off with the camera not running, and then we can go straight to the next part anyway. But anyway, tune in for the next part, guys, part 3, and I will see you all soon. Bye.